Hello everybody. I know I have not been on here for a long time. I am still sick, as you can probably hear in my voice, which is not very good, is it? But today I'm going to just show you how to do one of these bath salts. So I've been asked so many times about bath salts, so I thought, look, let's just go and do this. I will pop this video later on Patreon, and I will have all of the recipe details on Patreon, and I will also have the PDF for you guys, because I'm in the middle of doing a botanical recipe. So anyway, so we've got a few things here. Now, I know it sounds easy if you think about just making bath salts. But it's actually not that easy, because what happens is it clumps and it makes a big mess and looks, and then, you make it and then you think, oh, that looks really good. And days later, it's clumpy and horrible. So there's a few things you need to do before you even put the Epsom salts in, before you do anything else. So because I'm sick, this is not going to be sold. This is only for myself. So just got a little bowl, nothing exciting, got your gloves on. And now, this is the main thing you need, a product called Nature's Orb. You can get this from Heirloom in Australia. Heirloom Body Care sell it, and you can get it from many places. But anyway, that's the place I have seen. So I am just going to pop a couple in. So we've got like a tablespoon. You can put as much or as less as you want. This is generally how much I'm going to put in here. So if you put 1 tablespoon of Nature's Orb, you're going to put only 1/4 of that in oils. So now, because this is bath salts, and I'll kind of explain it as I go along. We're going to use 2 tablespoons for a very small amount. Let me just pop that in there. And so now what this is going to do is anything I add to this is going to absorb. Now, you definitely don't want to be adding water, absolutely no water. If you add water, it's going to just go hard. If you add cream of tartar, it's going to go hard. All of those things will definitely make it go hard. So we've got that in here. Now, I have actually made up this some time ago. This oil that I have in here, this is actually jojoba oil. It also has some lavender in it, some chamomile, essential oils, and so on. So you can measure it all up, but honestly, I'm only going to just do a few drips. So that's pretty much all I want to pop in that at the moment. You can add more if you want, but remember that they're meant to, this is meant to be kind of a bit more drying. When I say drying, I don't mean drying to the skin. I mean, we just don't want it wet. It's not meant to be like a bath bomb or anything. So, and do remember that every salt you put in is going to attract water. Salt attracts water. So, and all I'm going to do is mix it in. Now, you can add more oil if you want. And depending on your environment, where you live, the humidity will all depend how this is going to turn out in the end. So you can literally put, like a little teaspoon, 1/4 of a teaspoon. This little one here is like 1/4. So I'd probably use about that in this recipe. And now I've got here some Epsom salts. Now, I know that's not much. You could put in this amount that I put in here, you could put 1.5 cups of Epsom salt. Just pour it in. Pop it in, and it's going to help. Now, also, this Nature's Orb, it's a bit starchy, so it's just going to feel a bit silky in the bath. It's not going to do anything, really. Now, we've also got some Himalayan salt. Now, if you just throw it in with these, you can see how thick it is. So if you use a grinder and just like grind as much as you want in, I'd put maybe like a couple tablespoons in here, roughly. You can put sea salt as well, but remember, sea salt attracts water. Lots of them attract water. I'm just going to wipe in there. And of course, this is for me. I'm not selling this, everybody. So we've got a little bit of salt in it to add that, just something a little bit nice. And of course, we have our Epsom salts. You can go to Craft 360. That is definitely the best place to find everything. Now, I also do have here some roses. So I just sort of give it a little pinch, nothing too exciting. Remember, this has to go down the drain. So another thing you can actually do is you can sell it in organza bags. So that way it's not going down someone's drain. That's a thing you can do. And we're just going to put a pinch of lavender in as well, not too much. Lavender is actually really good if you grind it up. So basically, that's it. Now, if you want this to have a colour in, you could just put a little tiny pinch of, you know, powdered dye in it. Not mica, but, you know, like a little water-soluble dye, but just don't add water because it will, you know, once it's in there, add water. So you can see already that's pretty simple. So basically what you would do if you're going to sell this, let's pretend it's going in this container. Let's just pop it in here. I'm going to just pop it all in here. And then basically what you're going to do is, you know, remember what I said too. Don't add the amount of salts I said. You need to add more, 1.5 cups. And then I would put it in a container like this, leave it on the bench for a little bit, and then come back to it a little bit later. And then pop the lid on later. Make sure it's a drying day. The humidity is really low. You don't want the humidity to be high. And like I said, add some more Epsom salts. I've just done this for an example because, as you can tell, I'm really unwell. So you wouldn't sell this being unwell, but I don't sell my soap products anymore. Anyway, so like I said, I hope you enjoyed just a little bit of a video. I have promised a few people when I get better, I will definitely be doing more videos. So, yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry I have been away a bit. I will try and do some videos here and there, but you can also come and watch my other pottery channel. I'll try and link it down below. And, you know, also my recipes on Patreon. You don't have to join Patreon. People ask me that. You don't have to. There is one part that's just called a shop. And in the shop, there are some recipes in that. So you can buy the recipe if you want, or you can join as a free member. And sometimes I offer free things or free recipes for free members. So, but obviously, if you're an actual paying member, you get most of it. But going forward, because, you know, I'm unwell, so I won't kind of go into that. But because I'm getting a little bit more unwell, I think on Patreon I'll end up swapping that to be more PDF recipes than videos over there. Anyway, I hope you liked just a little bit of a video, and I'm going to see you friends on the next one. Bye.